Hi guys, today a quick re-review of our Philips Dual Scan air filter, or rather air cleaner. So it's this device here, gas level L1. A minute ago it was L4. I'm baking some meats where I added some whiskey. To tell you the truth, this device immediately discovers alcohol or any other solvents in the air. If my wife is cleaning her nails, it also goes crazy. So the detectors actually work. Let's look at the allergens. PM 2.5, it's 4 inside, so really good. So it's definitely serving the purpose. Outside it's terrible. We're living in the suburbs here in Poland, where everybody around has the coal furnaces, so a lot of dust in the air. Let's take a look at the status of the air filter. 57% left, so much less than declared by the manufacturer. They were saying it should last up to 3 years, but in practice it's going to be more like 2 years. But as I'm saying, in the suburbs here, it definitely has a lot of work to do. One thing you need to do is, once in a while, clean the filter. And to tell you how dirty the air is around, you can see by the frequency that when that has to be done. You need to take that out and vacuum the surface because it's collecting dust. In our area it's 2-3 weeks on average, so quite often. And the funny thing is, recently I had a question under the old movie, how do you clean the filter? Basically everything's in the instruction manual, but since the light of the device illuminated yesterday indicating the filter should be cleaned, I decided to film the whole procedure to show you how easy it is, using 2 phones, so different angles of view. This is in night mode, so I gotta switch on the display. PM, dust level, gas level, allergens, and here we have an indicator that the filter needs cleaning, and this is the current percentage left in the filter. Okay, so let's take off the back panel. Remove the filter in a minute, but first of all I'll show you the sensors, which also need occasional cleaning, something like every 2 months. There's an optical sensor here. As you can see, there's also some dust around. Today I'll just vacuum it, but normally you should use some Q-tip. And here's the filter itself with a layer of dust. Maybe I'll show you a close-up, but first I'll vacuum half of it, so see the comparison. Maybe it'll be easier to see the thick dust layer that's collecting there. And that's only about something like 2 weeks since the last cleaning. So the area is really, really dusty. Okay. So now for the close-up. See the difference? So let's continue cleaning the rest. One might think that this will reduce the amount of dust and so you won't have to vacuum in the house. Unfortunately, no. It's just picking up the PM 2.5 and the smaller particles which are airborne, but unfortunately those hair and everything else you see in the corners, especially if you have floor panels or wooden floors without carpets, and those collect in the corners, that will still be left over for you to vacuum. Of course, if you have a carpet, it's still there, it's just not as visible. So let's also clean the enclosure. And the dust usually tends to collect here on the edges, so let's get this nicely cleaned. We'll replace the nozzle and also clean the optical sensor here. So we will be just vacuuming today, but as I mentioned before, sometimes you just need to use some Q-tip and get that optical sensor cleaned. You may be surprised how quiet the vacuum cleaner is, but that's because I used a small trick and I'm recording the audio separately, and I just lowered the volume of the original video where the vacuum cleaner was just making it impossible to say anything. So now we replace the filter, the back cover. There's also some dust left here on the edges. The cover you need to nicely fit so it snaps into place, and the cable in the back, just right now, gets in the way. So you need to adjust it, but there's still some dust left here where you put the handle. So let's turn this around. Correct the other side so it nicely stepped in place. And how does the device know the filter has been replaced? You just need to press here for a couple seconds till that sign disappears. So as you can see, the procedure is really simple. And that's it for today. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and see you again soon.